December 15th, big day in college football. Why? Well, big day like today is the reason why Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma for USC right after Bedlam. Today's the day why Brian Kelly left Notre Dame for LSU when Notre Dame was sitting around waiting for results to occur 4 days later to see if they would actually play for a national championship and make the Final Four. Those moves are made because they needed those coaches in place recruiting and hitting the recruiting trail for a day like today, December 15th. Early signing period today. And we're all sitting back waiting to hear what sort of class Alabama had or what Lincoln Riley's been able to do. This is why USC paid him all that money and bought half of his real estate properties and stuff like that. And this is why Brian Kelly's now in Louisiana with his family. Like, that's why, because to see what he does with his new family down there in LSU. And we'll see, how Jim Harbaugh is going to follow up this big season and what's Ryan Day going to do and so on and so forth. And the one name you don't hear a lot about has put his name front and center and said, wait a minute, everybody. How come you're not talking about Jackson State? How come you're not talking about the program run by the football championship subdivision coach of the year? Why aren't you talking about this HBCU run by Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders has flipped the number one recruit in the nation to come to his spot at Jackson State. And as if that's not a delicious enough power move for Deion by Deion, the program he took Travis Hunter of Collins Hill High School in Georgia, top recruit cornerback. The program he took him from was Florida State. And here is the young man we're showing you on the screen right here. Everybody, he's taking off his Florida State hat, flipping it aside, and then showing the Believe shirt and putting on the J of Jackson State on his head. And everybody's going crazy at Collins Hill High School. So you could see he's got some flair and some dramatic flair at that, just like his coach sitting there hardly being able to make a step right now because of his medical condition and his surgery that he had on his foot. Deion Sanders still getting the top recruit in the nation. I repeat, top recruit in the nation. Everybody's top 500, 300, 200, 100. One. Got the kid to go tell Florida State, pound sand, I'm going to Jackson State. I told everybody here when Deion took the job at Jackson State, look out. And I told everybody that Florida State made a mistake and not hiring this guy. He was in line for it. He went there. He knows the program. And he wasn't hired. They hire Mike Norvell, who's gone 8-13 since, and they've made a verbal agreement to keep him there through 2026. Maybe right for the program in the mind's eye of whoever's making those decisions or whatever boosters are there making those decisions on behalf of Florida State. This guy, Deion Sanders, it's interesting to say this, but it's true. He's been overlooked his entire career and life. How could he be overlooked, Rich, when he's one of the most popular athletes of his generation and popular figures of his generation? How can a guy who sings Must Be the Money and then shows up as a Saturday Night Live host be overlooked? How can that guy be overlooked? How can Primetime be overlooked? Here's how he can be overlooked. Because you think he's not serious. That's why. You think he's not serious because he's primetime and he doesn't take things seriously. Incorrect. Everybody, it's all part of his plan. It's all part of his plan. Ask anybody who played with him, most prepared guy, most professional guy. Ask him. Ask them all. When he came to NFL Network, All I heard from some people was, yeah, I mean, how serious is he going to be as a broadcaster? What's he going to do? Really? How great of a teammate can he be? Prime time and all of this. One of the best I've ever worked with. I'll tell the story again. When he showed up and we did game day highlights, and it was me, him, and Mariucci. He was concerned with Mariucci sitting at the end of the set. They want Deion sitting right there in the center. Concerned that Mariucci sitting in the middle at the end of the set would be left off at the end. And we wanted to make sure that Mooch was going to get his say in there. I was Deion. Deion flying to everybody's parties. He showed up to my 40th. He surprised me. Flew in. I'm telling everybody that this guy is serious and you should take him seriously. Oh, yeah, what's he done as a coach? How's he paid his dues? He knows the sport, and most importantly, in the 21st century, he knows how to reach kids and talk to them. Why is it any surprise that the top prospect who's a cornerback says, I'll put my future in the hands of you, Deion Sanders? When he walked in at the combine, I'm getting goosebumps just even thinking about it. He was like the Godfather walking in amongst all the defensive backs when we at the NFL Network employed him down on the field amongst all the corners. They all wanted to get around him and talk to him and feel him and touch him and get some sort of 2 cents from him. Why is it any surprise that Travis Hunter says yes to him? It shouldn't be. And it shouldn't be when the NIL deals are coming in and everybody's going to want to see what's going on at Jackson State down there. Mm-hmm. What's going on with Deion? What's he building down there in NIL and transfer portals? He's perfect for this. He's made for this moment in college football. So I'm sure this surprise in this is one of the biggest surprises in the history of doing this sort of thing in recruiting. Shouldn't be. Florida State, you made a big mistake. Huge mistake. And Deion, Prime, what a chef's kiss moment for you, man. You take this kid, you surprise the whole country after you win Coach of the Year, and you surprise the whole country, and you take him from Florida State. This moment has got to be just off the charts for Prime. And he's serious. Guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to schedule this team, or you're going to avoid him. He's going to come try to beat you. Now he's going to try to win championships at your level, even though he's in the supposed subdivision. He's coming, man. And I am here for all of it. I am here for all of it.
Crazy. Bruce Feldman called it the biggest shock in 20 years.
Yeah. Well, and I understand it's a shock because it's an HBCU taking a kid from Florida State.
And the number one player.
Right, he's the number one player and all that. But it shouldn't be a shock because it's Prime doing it. Yeah. Doing it. And this kid won't be the first. He will not be the first. He will not be the first and only. Let's put it that way. He won't be the last. Good for you, Prime. What a day, December 15th. Stolen. And hold it up, Prime. High-stepping with Travis Hunter going to Mississippi. Good for you. How great is that, man? I am so happy for him. You have no idea how happy I am for him. Obviously, I think people may because I've just gushed for the last 7 minutes.
We know. We all are.
Shouldn't be surprising to anybody.
Kids want to play for him.
Hey, Florida State, he's gone. He's going. Where's he going? Deion, what? Say what?
You want to play
all
for
the
Deion.
boosters? All the boosters are like, yeah, I don't know if we can really hand the program off to Deion. Deion, who's showing the kids how not to have anybody slide into your DMs. That's unserious stuff. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.